Sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
Will Smith gave the Oscars an unexpected gift, a ratings boost for the first time in what could be a decade. But this is an unexpected gift, like a cat bringing you a dead bird, or a dog taking a shit on the carpet. A mess that got your attention, but now you're left with the aftermath. Much like Will Smith's relationship, this has become a train wreck that only gets bigger as more time passes.
You gonna hit my motherfucking brother? Cause your bitch gave you a side eye? Oh, it's a lot of rock brothers. Y'all, you know it's a lot of rock brothers. It's 10 of us. You gotta see all the rock brothers.
And Jada is in the background looking like a Sith villain from Star Wars.
Execute Order 66.
She could play a Jara Ventress. I probably got the name wrong, but who cares? What I find most interesting is not the slap itself, but the virtue signaling that came afterwards. Wanda Sykes and Amy Schumer were, and I quote, shocked, stunned, and traumatized.
My friend, Chris, and it was sickening. It was absolutely. I physically felt ill, and I'm still a little traumatized by it.
Me too.
For them to let him stay in that room and enjoy the rest of the show and accept his award, I was like, how gross is this?
I think we all can agree the best way to unpack what happened is to stream my series Life and Beth, Hulu,
What?
and see me on tour this fall.
Great. She wants to punish you with more Amy Schumer.
But for real, still triggered and traumatized.
You traumatized me by letting me know you got a TV show that will probably be as unfunny as you are.
I love my friend Chris Rock and believe.
Don't you hate how everything's so corporate now? You gotta at your fucking face. Here's at my TV show, and here comes my
comedy special and at Chris Rock and believe he handled it like a pro. Stayed up there and gave an Oscar to his friend, Questlove. The whole thing was so disturbing. So much pain in Will Smith. In Will Smith. Anyway, I'm still in shock and stunned and sad. I'm proud of myself and my co-host. But yeah, waiting for this sickening feeling to go away from what we all witnessed.
This is what we call sickness. This was shocking and traumatizing. I wish I could drop these people off in the Ukraine and give them a real shock to the system. Stu, can I say that? No? I signed a contract. I know I signed. Yes, I remember what they told me I couldn't do. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Nothing like walking the streets, blasting your favorite mix on Spotify, using your earbuds as an excuse to block out the world, and avoid contact with other people because you are now so poorly socialized. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever, with optimized gel tips for the perfect inner ear fit, without causing you pain after prolonged use, unlike other brands I won't name. Did I mention they don't fall out of your ears? That means you can headbang or give your head a little shake, baby. They'll stay in place. Raycons come in 5 different colors, offer 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. You get great quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. The everyday earbuds now have over 48,000 5-star reviews. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/itsagundam to get 15% off your Raycons today. I don't know about you, but if I was hosting the Oscars alongside them, I would have been more traumatized by the horrible jokes that were so bad that the internet didn't even want to acknowledge them.
This year, the Academy hired 3 women to host because it's cheaper than hiring 1 man.
Well, we're going to have a great night tonight, and for you people in Florida, we're going to have a gay night. Gay, 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 gay.
women. Huh?
Let alone even bother to make memes on them. When the internet doesn't even bother memeing on you for sucking, I don't know what to say because I don't know how to process this. Amy Schumer was so unfunny, people literally thought that she didn't know who Kirsten Dunst was.
I love West Side Story. Did you see it? It's so good. Ugh, I've been getting out of that Spider-Man costume. Did I miss anything? There's like a different vibe in here.
Why won't you laugh?
Probably not. Well, anyway, okay.
Now that's comedy.
So when you get up to go to the bathroom, or if you're going to cry because you didn't win,
Laugh, goddamn you!
oh my God. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you what the seat fillers do. Okay, here's a seat filler. Can we get you up, honey? You want to go to the bathroom? Okay. Let's just get you. Thank you, seat fillers. Love them. Jesse, I loved you in Power of the Dog.
You know that was my wife, Amy.
You're married to that seat filler? Thank you.
And Twitter stans went absolutely insane. We no longer worship God in America. We worship companies, brand names, and celebrities that used to be in big movies almost 20 years ago. Wasn't Spider-Man in like 07? Name me a Kirsten Dunst film since then that did well. I'll wait.
He's a monster.
The Academy also came out to let us know that they asked Will Smith to leave, and he refused to do so. And that was the end of that. Will Smith, please leave. No. Okay, Big Will. This led to the ultimate dark timeline moment. Darkside Phil ratioed the Oscars.
Darksea DePhil.
I don't know how else to preface it to you. That's right. The guy who's most famous for beating off live on YouTube. As I stated before, DSP shook off that jizz fest like a bison in the rain.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
The same dude who made his fans pay for the back taxes that he up paying. The same guy who told everyone on one stream that he had good news. The news that would make everybody's life better. It's like, oh, I have some good news for you guys. And they're like, Daddy Phil, give us the news. And he's like, you don't get the news until I get $1,000. And then the pay pig squealed in delight. And they said, not only will I give you $1,000, Daddy Phil, you get $2. And then he pulls out a cat he had for a year straight.
All right. First of all, thank you all so very much. I'll be very honest with all of you. I didn't think we were going to hit it today. I didn't at all. You guys ready? Oh my God. People are like, oh my God, they're going to have a heart attack. Look at this. They're freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. Ladies and gentlemen, I got someone I'd like you to meet. Come on up here. Come on up here, buddy. You want to come up here? You want me to pick you up? Someone who actually is not a new addition to the family. Someone who I'm going to introduce you to today, who has been a part of our lives for quite some time, in fact. All right? And it's funny because with all... Yeah, here we go. Perfect. This is Jasper, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper the cat.
And he was like, nobody knew I had a cat, you guys. Triumphant snort. And all the detractors are like, Phil, we said you had a cat. And then Darkside Phil's like, you thought that I had a new cat. I had Jasper for a while. You got. Anyway. Yeah, that guy. That dude got the people behind him. And he ratioed the Oscars worse than he ratioed Pro Jared for cheating on his wife and then dressing up like Sailor and Mercury. Welcome to the jungle. It gets more retarded every day.
Wife. And happy 40th birthday to Philip. And Brenton, hope today is a positive day full of video games and championship wrestling. Love Kat, Son, Jasper, Howard, John, Rich, Jordan, and everyone down at the farms.
Then he created a civil war on Twitter. It was no longer about Will Smith, really. It was about a whole bunch of other things that basically became about people themselves, because that's the world we live in now. If anything happens, everybody has to make it about them. The New York Times came out and said most of America was behind Will Smith in this slap. Then The Hill came out and said, no, America was behind Chris Rock. There were also the people on Twitter screaming that black women were victims. Then there were the people that were screaming Chris Rock has autism and learning disabilities. Will Smith is bullying the mentally challenged. I wish I could find you the tweet, but I lost it. There were also the people who were overwhelmingly acting as if alopecia was a death sentence. But what it really all boils down to is what I've said many times before. Women are strong, women are bold, women are brave, and they're beautiful, they're powerful. They could do anything except take a joke. All in all, watching all of this unfold was like watching a snake eat its own tail while screaming bigot in the process. Journalists weighed in with some of the most hard-hitting journalism you will ever see in your life. And I hope you are ready for this, so buckle up.
Much for joining the NewsHour. And Professor Yulin, I want to jump right in with you. You wrote a searing piece for The Hollywood Reporter in which you seem to dissect each action Will Smith took that night in a deeper context of pain, specifically what you called black pain. Why do you think it's important to see this moment through that lens?
I think that anytime we witness violence, we need to understand that from a place where we recognize the emotional and psychological state that's driving this physical response to a trigger. And Will Smith was definitely triggered that night. But I think in the broader context of American society, we need to understand what was happening there is really rooted and steeped in a 400-year commitment to Black erasure, Black marginalization, Black silencing, and the stereotyping of Black people. All of that was present in a visceral, felt, and real way in the infamous slap.
Right.
Forbes had this one.
While talking about Will Smith's behavior, don't forget to also talk about the system that helped created it.
Damn you, you evil white people. You made Will Smith slap Chris Rock. Where's my water? Stu, where's my water?
Various conspiracy theories have run the gamut, from the incident being staged for ratings to being staged to emasculate black men further?
What? Wait, how was there an emasculation? I thought people were pumped up for this. People were like screaming, do it, Philly!
But perhaps the largest question that should be asked is why blacks in Hollywood have routinely been expected to grin and bear embarrassment and degradation without expressing any discontent or risk of being viewed as angry. Furthermore, why is it permissible for a black woman's health condition to be made content for a few cheap laughs at an award show? And how will this incident overshadow the hard work for Will Packer, the black man who produced the award show along with the all-black team for the first time in history?
I had no idea it was all black people doing this, and frankly, I don't give a shit. It's an award show. It's basically a circle jerk for rich people. I don't give a hot damn if the people making it were blue. Like, what do I care? Jesus.
He also shared that he had to turn the other cheek in previous incidents in which he felt disrespected throughout his career.
The system is rigged. We're all screwed, even when we're rich and famous. I mean, Will Smith's house, have you seen it? It's like he owns a city block. Will Smith's house is so goddamn big. He gotta get in a car to drive to the basketball court. or to the pool. And I'm supposed to sit here and cry a river because this woman got a G.I. Jane joke. Yeah, it was whack, but Lord have mercy. Let's not play this game like, oh my God, the system's so rigged. It's so hard for a black actor. Will Smith, richer than So why should it be acceptable for black women to be made the exception? And why is the public so eager to only wag their finger in judgment of Smith's behavior and not question the racist system that was designed to incubate his and many others' frustrations? Perhaps black man had produced this steam ceremony. Here we go. Nobody would have remembered Will Packer. Nothing personal, Playboy. But I didn't know your name till after Will Smith slaps the body. And people who are basically activists / journalists sit there and go, oh my God, it's disgraced the first ever black Oscars award. You know what? It was as whack as any other award show. Oh, the systematic racism that enabled Will Smith to be rich. That was the pressure cooker that led them slapping Chris Rock. It couldn't possibly be the fact that his relationship is a goddamn nightmare.
So upset that I had to have a wedding. I was so pissed. I went crying down the freaking aisle.
Getting married.
Cried the whole way.
So, Will, you know Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh, my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
No, because she don't just...
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, you know, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
It was horrible.
It was a horrible.
It was a mess. Jada was sick. She was very unpleasant. Wouldn't cope. But she was sick. She didn't cooperate with
You were 6 months pregnant at the wedding.
No, I was
How many?
3 months.
3 months pregnant.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
Sad. Very sad.
It's an open relationship that only seems to be working for his wife and not him. Nah, it wasn't that pushed his ass over the motherfucking edge. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Some argue that this is not about Will Smith and Chris Rock being black or Will Smith setting black people back. This is about as much larger systematic issue rooted in white supremacist culture designed to police the behavior of blacks amongst the who's who in Hollywood and beyond.
There you go. White supremacy is what slapped Chris Rock, not Will Smith. If I may be so bold as a man of color, I'm tired of hearing about white supremacy being the scapegoat of things being ass backwards in the black community. Smash and grabs in LA, all over the place, trains getting robbed. Look at all that damn white supremacy. Look at it. Damn you, whitey. What's sad in all of this is I'm more likely to get in trouble for speaking common sense than actually slapping someone in the face on television. Well, if I slapped someone in the face on television, I'd be arrested immediately because I'm not Will Smith. But you know what I'm saying, right? Deliver me, Tyler. Deliver me from community guidelines. Deliver me from stan culture. Deliver me from targeted ads and viral marketing. Deliver me from political correctness and NFTs. May I never be Markiplier. May I never be advertiser friendly. CNN analyst blames Trump for the aftermath of the Will Smith, Chris Rock Oscar incident.
It is crazy. We say to give a woman power is like to give a gun to a monkey. We have stopped doing that ever since the 1999 Astana Zoo massacre.
So did anyone walk out after this happened? Or are we getting an independent psychological case study on how Trump got normalized?
What does that even mean? The man has been out of office for over a year, and yet he lives rent-free in some people's minds. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is nosediving the country, and everybody's cool with it.
Your regularly scheduled program to bring you a message from the President of the United States. My fellow Jamaicans, our nation is in a crisis.
NBC News. Hey, Chris Rock, I'm a bald black woman, and it's not a joke. However you feel about Will Smith's reaction to Rock's joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, it points to a larger issue that black women are made to feel ashamed of their hair.
You know, Chris Rock is like on the same leash I'm on YouTube at the Oscars. You know you can't say anything too bad without getting in trouble, so you gotta walk up there and lunge some like little low-level jokes that you know aren't really funny, but they're safe.
Initially, Smith was laughing at the joke, but after seeing his wife's reaction, anyone watching could see that Pinkett Smith was humiliated and annoyed by the statement. He proceeded to walk on stage and slap Chris Rock across the face before going back to his seat. He may have acted on the fact that Rock's inconsiderate comment could take away from all the growth and progress his wife has made on accepting her bald, natural hair.
She's been accepting and making this progress since, 2018? She literally had nice hair. When she was telling Will she was sleeping with another guy, as Will cried them crocodile tears on a goddamn show. That's cool, though.
Let alone at one of the most glamorous photographed events in the world, several things about the incident can be true. At the same time, violence is not okay. Comedians make jokes. What Rock said was hurtful.
But you just said comedians make jokes.
And there are many whom seem to be split on it. The incident points to a concerning larger issue that black women continue to face around their natural hair not being good enough and being made to feel ashamed of wearing it proudly.
Yeah, I must have missed that memo.
While watching the Oscars, I had the same reaction as Pinkett Smith. As a black woman who willingly shaved her head 11 years ago, I can absolutely relate.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
I took offense to that.
You know what's funny? Making fun of bald men is so socially acceptable. Bald men getting ripped on, just another day. It was Tuesday. But a rich, privileged woman whose whole career now consists of being Will Smith's wife, God forbid that she be the butt of anyone's jokes. God forbid anyone bring up the open relationship she seems fine with that looks like it's killing Will Smith's ass. God forbid she be inconvenienced by a G.I. Jane joke. The big issue with articles like these are black female journalists take what Rock said personally and extrapolate it into being a bigger issue than it really is. The mental gymnastics here are palpable. If Chris Rock made a joke of Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith would have died laughing because for her, she's used to Will Smith being the joke. This is the first time in a long time she was the joke. Literally, the entanglement thing went down, remember? Basically, it was in an affair. She got to give some word salad. Now, I had an entanglement. Yes, the nice way of saying I was still water. The nice way of saying I was humping another dude in the bed you paid for. The internet made fun of Will Smith non-stop for a year. Remember when Tyress couldn't see his little girl anymore and he cried online? Remember how bad Tyress got it, but ain't nobody make fun of Tyrese's ex-wife or whatever that was keeping him from his kid and taking his money.
And besides, on September 11th, this is what I feel like saying about Tyrese. Nobody wants to hire me, Norma. Congratulations. Oh my God.
Ain't nobody make fun of her, but they ripped Tyrese to pieces.
When I first shaved my head, many people, including black women, didn't understand why I would do such a thing and automatically warned me that men would not find my bold move attractive. when I was insulted, the first thing people would go after was the fact that I didn't have hair.
Yeah, that's usually what people do when they insult you. They look for the quickest and easiest way to just start verbally vivisecting you.
I've also been called my fair share of insults, including bald-headed.
Is bald-headed really an insult? Like, oh, she bald-headed, but you are. Maybe it's in the inflection. Who the hell knows?
No edges. Cal Lewis? In reference to a bald main character of a popular kids television show. So
some children picked on you, huh?
any woman can tell you that shaving your hair off is bold, thrilling, and empowering. Personally, it has given me a long-awaited freedom.
Well, that's lovely.
I no longer fit in the box.
Do you not really? I mean, if there's bald black women, there's bald white women, is it really that big a move? Now, if you dyed your skin red, that would be some new shit.
I no longer fit into the box constructed by fragile men and racist opinions stemming from European beauty standards of how I should be wearing my hair.
Oh my God. No longer fit into the box constructed by fragile men. This statement I don't even get. If these men are so fragile, it means you're not interested in them in the first place. So it'd be kind of like fat women telling me they aren't interested in me. It don't even register because I don't care. And racist opinions stemming from the European beauty standards. Now, before some random person who odds are isn't subscribed to my channel says anything, I used to date an African girl who spoke French, which was kind of odd. And she shaved her head bald. Didn't faze me one bit. The only thing that fazed me was that she was a little too damn crazy to sleep with. And it was a shame. Her body was a perfect 10 and her face was an 8. But her mental stability was a 2.5. That was the closest I came to having some brown sugar, baby. Like one day she just got on the phone, started screaming at me and forbade me to speak to my mother and sister again. You know, after we were out on a date. She's like, I'm the only woman in your life. And it's like, what? But then again, you know, I was 17 and she was in her 20s. So, I don't know. Maybe it's like a weird power dynamic for older women.
Racism and patriarchy have taught black women and ultimately made them believe that their natural beauty was ugly, undesirable, and needed to be changed to fit in culturally. Hair has long been tied to the worth of a woman, but black women have grown up spending a fortune on hair care products to avoid short, nappy hair, and I quote. Rock's words were feeding into the harmful rhetoric around black women's hair. They're breathing new life into the disrespectful way our hair has been politicized and ridiculed for centuries.
Everything is sexist. Everything is racist. Everything is homophobic. And you have to point it all out.
And here we go. From cutting her hair to being empowering to racism. Lord have mercy, the dreaded European standard for beauty. This generation really is the oppression Olympics. I feel like everyone online is trying to be a bigger victim than the next group. And if everyone and everything needs to be protected, then what's the point of living? Where's the spice of life? Will Smith, we don't need men protecting us. Yeah, take that, Will.
While the slap looked embarrassingly staged, Will Smith's anger was obviously real, and it soon became clear that this wasn't some elaborate Oscar stunt. Instead, it was one of the most disgusting public displays of toxic masculinity since Kanye West grabbed the mic in 2009 MTV VMA Awards during Taylor Swift's acceptance speech.
Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
West claiming Beyonce's video should have won.
God, what a terrible man.
Smith should have been escorted out of the awards hall as soon as the slap happened, but instead he sat back down. Newsflash, Will Smith, women don't need your protection.
Strong feminist.
We don't need our husbands or fathers or brothers to jump in and inflame situations by choosing to use violence.
This woman obviously didn't see Twitter. The amount of women that were cheering for Will Smith slapping Chris Rock says otherwise. This would make me think that if I was a woman, I wouldn't listen to what feminists have to say. Like, on the real. She's like, we don't need this. I look at Twitter and it's just pages of women going, yes, Will Smith, protect your wife. And I'm like, God, everything's retarded now, isn't it?
We certainly don't need protection from comedians whose literal job is to stand on stage and make people laugh. This kind of behavior is exactly what most women don't want in 2022.
Once again, look at Twitter. She is way off the mark here.
Ladies, y'all, not all of y'all, but you guys wanted this whole, oh, leave us alone, you guys are perverts, you guys are weirdos, like, we hate men thing. You guys are on this bandwagon to, like, you hate men. What is the goal of this? What is the point of this?
If some men are unable to control their emotions, that's on them. Don't use protecting or defending women as an excuse for your own poor behavior. There's already a strong criticism that King Richard, a biopic about the incredible Venus and Serena Williams, was centered around a man. Will Smith could have humbly accepted the award and recognized that he wouldn't be standing there without the success of the Williams sisters. Instead, he chose to make the entire night about himself, and that's unforgivable.
Yeah, fuck you, Will. You stole Venus and Serena Williams' thunder, you woman-hating bigot. I don't even know how this feminist could be mad at Will. He lets his wife have an open relationship. Isn't that a feminist's wet dream? You have a husband that you literally emasculate whenever you want, and then you guys that you always wanted to. And then when they're done with you, you go back to your husband, and he consoles you. Or tells you you're beautiful, even though you're a flawed human being with a lot of deep-rooted emotional and mental problems. This article borderlines unsensible till it veers off into feminism. You only ever hear the phrase toxic masculinity from feminists these days. You know what phrase I rarely hear? Toxic femininity. And Lord knows Jada has that in spades. But men are bad. Let's focus on that. Oscar slap leads to dozens of FCC complaints. Let's read a few, shall we?
I haven't been able to sleep as a result.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
My child was also scared. I had to take medication to calm down. I think the Oscars were not child-friendly and shouldn't be allowed on TV if they're going to have violent assaults live. This display was disgusting and beamed directly into our living room. I thought your agency was supposed to keep this type of violence and cursing off television. I hope you can bring sense and reason back to the public airwaves.
I was so offended and triggered to see Will Smith violently assault Chris Rock on a live family program like the Oscars.
Smith and ABC should be held accountable.
Who watches the Oscars with their kids? If I had kids, I would make them watch the Oscars to punish them. Like, I don't know, if my kid came back and had all Fs or something. I'd go, all right, Junior, guess what? No PS5, you're watching the Oscars, little mister. You're watching the Oscars from beginning to end.
Daddy, chill.
You're going to have to fill out a survey and tell me what the hell happened. My kid would probably kill himself. Man punishes his son by forcing him to watch the Oscars, found dead. Father arrested for cruel and unusual punishment.
You go after Janet Jackson when Justin Timberlake ripped off her clothes and basically assaulted her on live TV as well. And she was the victim in that case, the viewer said, referring to singer's infamous performance during the 2004
Super Bowl halftime show? Who the hell remembers that garbage? 2004 was 200 years ago.
This whole episode has me so shaken and ruined the Oscars and the very deserving winners due to your allowing this malicious activity on public airwaves. Will Smith physically assaulted Chris Rock on stage. This reprehensible act shocked my family and child, whom asked me innocently, why did he hit that man? I hope Mr. Smith faces consequences for his actions, as it demonstrates the wrong way to go about handling a disagreement.
All right, I'm done. That's it, I'm done. I refuse to read anymore. I don't get paid enough to look at this retardation. What is this, the epilogue? I don't know what the hell you call it. Well, anyway, Will Smith resigned from the Academy, so he can't vote for whoever gets to have an Oscar next time around. Big boo-hoo. He was also banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Okie dokie. He says he respects and accepts the decision. What a punishment. You don't get to go to the Oscars. Maybe someone gives a rat's ass. But what I do think would suck for him is you lose DVD screeners. So now if he actually wants to see someone's film, he might have to take his ass to a theater. Actually, he wouldn't have to. He probably has like a theater in his home, and he could just like order like the film to come to his place, because he is Will Smith still. Netflix and Apple dropped Will Smith for a biopic after his slap. So I guess he loses some. Why would you even? Who would want a biopic? Like, who works at these places? How come there's no one there that goes, why would I want to watch a biography of Will Smith? But then again, maybe there's people into that. He lost that. Bad Boys 4 is also on pause with Sony after Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. And what's really tragic in all this is Martin Lawrence lost the job. How could y'all do this to Martin? No! And why are we doing another Bad Boys movie? Like, this is played out. They're like 50 years old. I'm supposed to believe these two 50-year-old cops running around doing something energetic? Have you seen 50-year-old cops? Them motherfuckers barely want to get out of the car when they write you a ticket. Let it go.